Hello guys, happy Sunday. I know it's going to take y'all a couple of minutes to see that I'm live. Let me just see if my computer has us live. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. My birthday weekend was amazing. Amazing. I'm not going to do too much talking. I'm going to let some of you guys, I see a couple of you are logging on now. Hello. Let's see who's going to be the first to comment. Oh, excuse me. So my cough is so much better. I'll fill you guys in on that in a second. I'm going to reach down and get my water. Who's going to be the first to comment? Elizabeth Bradburn Aller, did you get my message from YouTube? Message me, Elizabeth, and let me know what e-packet you'd like, and I will get that off to you today. Sandy with the Y, thank you, Elizabeth. Hi, Peg. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you guys on. So I know I jumped on a little early. I wanted to make sure that everything was going to go without a hitch, and I'm doing live the old school way because, again, numbers weren't that great this morning. I just paused and looked because I just saw, oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I see that we're glitching, and even the old school way it's gonna be like that today, right? It's gonna be like that. Oh my goodness gracious. All righty. So, what did that? Something popped up on my phone. Hi guys. Yeah, let me go just make sure that my husband is not on, and we will go from there. Hi, Lori. Hi, Chris. Hi, Connie. Hi, Barb and Carrie and Bonnie and Sue. Okay, wonderful. Ay. I went out to see if you were on because it's glitching again.
I am. I thought you were going to go old school.
I'm old school. Old school live right now.
And it's glitching?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Here, I can stop. I'll stop. Okay.
Thank you, babe. How was your birthday day with your family? It was wonderful. I get to watch live listen for a change. Hi, Linda. So I had a wonderful day. Again, went to Mistletoe Market down in, it's at the Georgia National Fairgrounds in Perry, Georgia. Not that far from where I live, probably about 10 minutes. My mom usually goes with me. Unfortunately, she called me early that morning and she has the crud that's going around. So unfortunately, she was not able to come up and I went by myself. Hello, guys. Hi, Chris. Hi, Robin. Hi, Karen. Hi, Lois. Hi, Laura. So I went down and then I got to meet the lovely Robin Storm. Something's tickling my arm. And see Chris Williams. And I don't know if you can see let's go, which direction? That angel, you guys, is stunning. And look how big it is. I know some of you had commented and said, what a beautiful ornament. It has to be about a 16-inch round, maybe 14-inch round, heavy plaque. Beautiful. And it's got crackle. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. So yes, it was nice, Cindy. It was nice to meet Robin. It was nice to see Chris. I always go and get a couple ornaments for my tree every single year. And this year, and she always gifts me one for my birthday as well. So, right, Molly Ann, it's not an ornament. It is gorgeous. In fact, since I'm going old school live, I can probably turn my camera around and show you guys how big it is. I mean, it's beautiful. And so, hi, Judy. Hi, Cheryl from Iowa. Yeah, let me know where you guys are watching from. And let me know how your weather is there. My friends up in Buffalo, I'm so sorry. I know you guys are just buried under snow right now. Hi, Doris. Hi, Karen. I literally have coughed like 10 times maybe today, and watch, I'll be coughing the whole time. Hi, Vicky. Yes, you thought it was an ornament? Yes, Barb Schwabel, I know. I hope you are staying safe and warm up there. It's crazy to see how much snow you guys have had. But yes, when she did Karen, I looked at the word name Karen and I said Karen. When Chris posted Texas 50s, Niagara Falls, Ontario, it's snowy there, right? Snowy Western New York. Oh yeah. Arkansas, 44 degrees. Yeah, it's 47 degrees here. It was a little chilly when we went out this morning. So got a foot of snow, couple of days, but already melted in Colorado. Still a driving ban. That's probably best. No need to get out in that. No. So, excuse me. So I went to the craft fair when Chris was setting up her booth. She did a bunch of pictures and, showing all the things. And I have always loved this angel. I saw she was painting some months ago and on one of her posts or whatever. And I just thought, you know what? If that angel is there, it's coming home with me. And I'm so happy that it did. And then, like I said, she always gifts me an ornament for my birthday. So I got this one. Let me zoom out just a little. 77 inches near Buffalo. Oh my gosh. Is that 77 or 7? Wow. That is insane. But anyway, what I love about her ornaments too is that she finishes the back. So she always signs them and finishes the back really nicely. So again, it will hang on my tree with all the others that I have of hers. 77. Oh my gosh. Wow. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Had to watch Saints win before I could get on. Oh, goodness gracious. Linda, you should be getting a package from me tomorrow. I hope. I sent you just a little goodie thing. Bill's game had to be moved. I did see that. Right? Such a fun design too on that snowman. I don't know, I just love his stance and it's super fun. That's the same height as the quarterback. Wow. That's crazy. 26 in Southern Ontario. I have to tell you guys, thank you, Debbie, for sprinkling. If you don't know what sprinkling is, that's like, comment, share. And that's how you get entered into all of the giveaways that I have. So I'm going to announce the giveaways from last live, which was, what was it, Thursday? Did I do a live Thursday? My days are all mixed up. Excuse me. And then my birthday Friday, I was double nickels on the live Thursday that I did. And thank you so much because I know so many of y'all joined me. But I taught my Christmas wishes and mistletoe kisses over on Creative Innovations in Painting. And I think I said I'm double knuckles, which hello. It had been a long day. And I did a live that day. I remember now because I did 3. That morning I started with my membership group. Then I started with y'all, and then I went and did the live at Creative Innovations in Painting that night. So I was a little tired. Oh, thanks, Kim. Thank you, Bonnie. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I was going to wear this shirt that I got too. Well, I should say it's a blingy shirt. But I'm going to wear it on my next live because I didn't want to do it before Thanksgiving. But it was one of those that, I don't know about y'all, but I hate to clothes shop. I used to love to clothes shop. I don't know, it's just not my thing anymore. But I held this shirt and I looked at it and I looked at it and I put it, this is at Mistletoe Market, and I put it down and I thought, do I really need it? I mean, you can only wear it one time a year. So that's just to, tell you it's a Christmas themed shirt. And so, hi, Dawn. I had a fantastic birthday. Aw, thank you, Molly Ann. I appreciate that. I thought the double knuckles was adorable. You were super. Thank you, Chris. I know. And I loved your comment you did in the group. Kimish, I love to shop too. But the funny thing is now, I'd much rather spend money on a really nice bag than a shirt. You know, I guess I'm a little more discerning now when it comes to clothes. And after losing 36 pounds, I get to shop in my closet. So that's nice. But anyway, so I got this shirt, looked at it, put it down. Somebody else picked it up and I'm like, oh gosh, put it down. If she puts it down, I'm going to get it. She put it down. I held it. I looked at it and I thought, okay, I'm buying it. And so I thought my husband would be like, really? But when I showed him and my son, my older son came down from Atlanta to go to dinner with us for my birthday. And they both loved it. They said, how fun. So I will wear it on the next live. And I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be, but most likely it will be next Sunday. Okay? Don't hold me to it. But Vera Souther, good to see you on. I just saw this morning or this afternoon you posted something about new things on your Etsy shop. So congratulations on opening an Etsy. Oh, thank you, Kim. Back at you, Miss Ish. Back at you. So I haven't been clothes shopping in years, right? And Sandy says, hello, everyone watching from Indiana. Good to see you guys on. Again, like, comment, share. You're so welcome, Vera. I have to go check it out later because you've been painting up a storm. Hello, Susie from Denmark. Is it Susie or Sussy? Let me know, first or second. Susie, Sussy. 2 S's there, so not sure. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I'm totally jealous of your beautiful hair. Well, Vera, thank you. I have to tell you guys, I'm so embarrassed. When COVID hit, I kind of like went longer. I used to wash my hair every other day. I have since I was younger. And then COVID hit and I'm like, why do I have to wash my hair? I'm not going anywhere. So I would go 7 days, 10 days sometimes without, and I have to tell you, it actually is much healthier now having done that than washing it every other day. So the other day, Susie, okay, it's a beautiful name and I love the way it's spelled. And thanks for joining us. What time is it in Denmark right now? Hi, Janet. Hi, Lucy. I wish you could have come to Mistletoe Market with Robin. I know you're very busy and have a lot going on. I wash my hair every week. Well, I used to. What does the share button look like? Is it the arrow? I think it's the arrow, Lori, and it's not a dumb question. I believe it is the arrow. That's what I see on my computer. So if you hit that and share it to wherever, if you share it to a group, I just ask that you kind of be careful. Some of them have rules and we don't want them to get mad at you. So, oh, it's 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Well, I'm glad you've joined us. So anyway, so when I got home from New Orleans, and then yesterday I said to my husband, I said, I don't think I've washed my hair since I got back from New Orleans. So it had been like 12 days. 12 days? I don't even know. No, it wasn't that long. 7, 8, 11 days. So anyway, but I don't know, it's much healthier since I don't wash it as much, which is weird and funny. Hello, Isabel. Good to see you on. I just heard something click up there on the ceiling. Okay, so let's take care of some giveaways, all right? So I shared with you my, where do I go that way? That way. And when I turn my camera around, guys, I'll see if I can get in close for you so that you can see it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. She just spoke to me. And I love when art does that, and I had to bring her home with me. So, hi, Lori. Your wall is getting full, right, Denise? It is. I need to, we are coming south one day. Wish we could have come also. Yes, just let me know when you're coming this way. On Windows, it's the right pointing arrow. Okay, great to know. Chris Avola put in the comments about sharing and how that looks, because it is different on an iOS, Apple device, Android, and also on a computer. So thank you for putting that. Anywho's, So, well, thank you so much, Sandy. It goes on and it goes on all the way around the room. I should do another studio tour, but my studio has to be in a lot better shape. So I can't help on Apple. I don't have fruit. I love my fruit when it works. Thank you guys. Thanks for sharing. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so we have some giveaways, but first I have to tell you guys what we're doing today. So I have not been home a lot lately, which you know, October is usually one of the busiest months for me. And I haven't been able to like sit down and finish the designs that I have started, to start on new designs. I have things I've got to get done for convention submission and some publications that I have coming up. But I thought instead of, like whipping up a design or doing a design where you've got to buy an e-packet if you want to, I would just share some things with you guys with product like I've done the last couple of weeks. Last week with my birthday. My membership group is still open. We've had new members. Thank you so very much for everybody that has joined. If you need information on that, you can find it on my website, sandymcteerdesigns.com. I almost gave you my email address, sandymcteerdesigns.com. And anyway, so we have a lesson Tuesday night this week. Is it Tuesday night this week? No, it's not. It's Tuesday night next week, because this week is Thanksgiving week here in the United States. So it will be Thanksgiving on Thursday. And unfortunately, only my oldest son is able to come. The other two will be here. Everyone will be here at Christmas. So I will be a happy mama. But what I wanted to share today was something that you could do. I'm always amazed at how paint can transform. Are y'all? I mean, seriously, you can take something that looks like not great and transform it into, something beautiful or something that looks totally different than what it is. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. All right. So hello, Claudia from San Diego. Hello, Gwen. We don't mind seeing it. Just means you are busy. Right. Sandy Powell, I just saw that Facebook has changed it to an arrow because it did used to say share, which is kind of a long word. So it's kind of hard to fit it all in there, right? So yes, that angel is gorgeous. when I whip the camera around old school way, because when I tried to do my numbers and stuff on Switcher, they were so bad. I didn't have the patience for it, and I didn't want to put you guys through that. The other thing there are at the bottom, not sure if you guys see it. I see it on my phone. But stars, if you do any stars, that money goes to the World Central Kitchen. So if you do that, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. So we're going to take this very ugly, sorry if you are going to decorate with them like they are. I just think for me, I would not decorate my house with this plastic bell. It's from the Dollar Tree. Nothing wrong with it. If you like that blingy gold. This, I think if you change that out to something different, ribbon, like what's on your tree or mantle or whatever, would look super cute. But anyway, we're going to take this, and it's plastic, and turn it into wrought iron. Okay, look, you can see the ugly gold up in it. So we're going to take this and make this very, very easy. All right, you don't need a lot of supplies or anything to do that. So hi, Pat. Hi, Claudette. Do you guys have weather up there in New Brunswick? Who did I see? Hello, Sherry Colgane from Florida. I hope you're doing well. What does that say? Oh, yes, Suzanne, painting does transform, right? It is transformational. So I can't wait to, I have some other things to share with you guys too. So let me turn this around. Like I said, we are old school live today, which means you're going to have to close your eyes unless you want to get whiplash. But let me unplug this because I don't need it plugged in anymore. But I am going to come up here and show you a little bit closer. Wait, where's my camera, Sandy? How about if we go like this? and turn it around since you just saw right at my nose. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to change that to that. So that is how big that round plaque is. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, she's so beautiful. And let me zoom in. I know I keep going on and on about her, guys, but she really is so pretty. I love the crackle. So, and I used my birthday money from my kids, and yeah. So, okay. So now you're going to see the very messy, dirty studio, and we're going to come right down to here, okay? Because I'm going to put you up on the thing, and let's just hope. Carrie, thank you so much for the stars. I greatly, greatly appreciate those. I just want to make sure that I do not, and you can see I have my directions right here, that I don't, hello, get there. There we go. Sorry, guys. I know that's annoying, but let me tell you, it's so much better than the glitching and the, right? So you don't need my hoodie. Let's see if we can get that to change. Alrighty, there we go. My studio is quite large. It used to be a deck, and we had our deck closed in. Okay, so hello, Pat. Good to see you on. Hi, Lynn. So, your daughter who collects angels would love her, right, Bev? She's beautiful. Okay, so we have some giveaways. Let's go ahead and do those. So, for the Jo Sonja Fast Drying Glaze Medium that I will have up on my website this week. Molly Ann, you're so sweet. Thank you again for the stars. You're always very generous. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. And cannot wait to send that money to, again, World Central Kitchen that feeds people all across the world. All right, so, hello. There's a piece of hair there. Teresa Van Wy. I have your information, girlfriend. I will get that sent off to you tomorrow. Let's move that over there. And then I had a 3-piece brush set. So 3/4. This is a 1/2 inch, but it's kind of like a 12 flat. It's just a little bit longer. And a number 8 flat. Y'all know I love my Dynasty brushes. These, I love the acrylic candles. I'm going to start carrying more sizes in the new year of this. And I see that this one has an errant hair, so we're going to replace that. But the winner of those, Kathy Pruitt. Kathy Pruitt, your name came up on the wheel. So I also have your information from your last order. So I will just pull that and get those sent off to you. And then I had this amazing, I would say it's like a miscellaneous tools kit, if you will. So the Tombow Knock Eraser, the red, oh, I'm missing a pen. There was a red, it has the white and the black Uniball Signo pens. My favorite new black pen, which is permanent to paint over, to varnish over. It doesn't bleed, doesn't run, the Delimate, and a general pencil, pastel chalk pencil, and an eraser. And the winner of that is, oh, there's one more I see. What is this one? That's the General's Charcoal pencil. And that is Wendy Warner, which is my maiden name. Your name came up on the wheel. So I think I have your information, but message me and let me know, and I'll get that sent off to you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay. I love the acrylic candles. They're amazing. So let's take care of some giveaways for this week. Again, all you have to do is like, comment, share. I'm going to do a drawing next Sunday. See that really pretty nail right there that popped off right before we came on? I bent it all the way back. Oh, hurts. Okay, so the first giveaway prize is for, if you watch Tracy Moreau, you will know that she calls this her fugly brush. It is a 1-inch oval encaustic brush that you can do amazing things with. I have a 1/2 inch and then also a sanding block. All right. So one winner next Sunday. If that's when my live is, I will post and let you guys know. But all you have to do, like, comment, share, and your name will go onto the wheel for the drawing. And then this will make more sense after we're done today. But I have, excuse me, DecoArt Media Line Texture Sand Paste, which I'm going to show you. And then Soft Touch Varnish. Now, let me tell you guys, this is the absolute best varnish there is. It is discontinued. I have 6 jars and I'm giving away one of my jars. That's how much I love you guys for being here. If you like this varnish, I have to tell you, go to DecoArt, go to the contact button, let them know you want this varnish back in stock. It is the best, most amazing varnish there is. I use it in my art journal, on all my pieces. I love it more than the Ultra Matte, which is still in this line. This one needs to be brought back. Just saying. And it needs to be in an 8-ounce jar and a 16-ounce jug. That's how much I use it. Hi, Dawn. Dawn, I am going to get your present off tomorrow because I don't know if you saw, Pekskowski, that you wanted the giveaway, one of the giveaways from last week. So I will get that off. Okay. Then probably the creme de la creme of giveaways. My friend Laura Haberstraw made this, and it is a brush roll up. So this is one side, and then you flip it over and your brushes fit in here. It's just amazing. I have one and I was floored when she gave me 2 to give away. So like, comment, share, and we're just going to fold that. I love this fabric. Is it not pretty? Okay, so this will be the 3rd giveaway. So I'm just going to roll that up as you would do when your brushes are in it. Alrighty, so I'm going to move that to the side so we don't get any paint on it. Okay, so let me show you another transformation. And yes, congratulations to all the winners. That explains why I have not been able to find the varnish over the last year, right, Brenda? They discontinued it. And I love it. Yvonne Russell, I need to send you the e-packet because you won the other day for my little snowman. You won an e-packet. So I've got to get that to you. Isn't that brush thing amazing? Thank you so much. Chris put it in DecoArt at decoart.com. Yes, yes, yes. So if you go there and let them know that you want to see this brought back in stock, hopefully they'll get enough people saying so that they bring it back. I can't say enough things about it. If you have seen me in person or at a show and you've seen my art journals, my pages feel like leather. And 90% of that is because of this product right here. All right. It's amazing. Okay. So again, gold bell from the Dollar Tree. What I want you to think about and what I hope to inspire you with today. Yes, DuraClear, the DuraClear line is fine as well. They do have soft touch varnish in the DuraClear line, the DIY, like Chalky Finish. Chalky Finish paint used to have the soft touch varnish, but they did away with it and I want it back. I need you guys to help me get it back. All right. We can make it happen, right? The power of the internet. So taking something like this and turning it into something like this. So about 4 years ago, Tracy Moreau was working on the designer finishes that were available at Michael's. Not sure if they are. But with her formulas of paint and mediums and textures of transforming things to look like this, to look like wrought iron. Does that not look heavy? So let me show you a couple others. So this was a ceramic. So it's just, it was shiny and I stuck chalky gesso white over it. And then it's the same one. Look, same one. And it looks like wrought iron. And I have another horse that I got. Oh, Lisa, why aren't you getting the feed? I see your comment. I see your comment there. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Thanks for watching it. Thank you, Susie. I appreciate you being here. Yep, it'll be recorded, and I'm also going to load it to my YouTube channel. So, Bev, this is the varnish. It's DecoArt Media Soft Touch Varnish. But if you just say DecoArt Soft Touch Varnish, I don't care what line of products it's in. I just want this varnish to be back on available. Okay. But look what a transformation that is and how that looks like wrought iron. Okay. Now let me hold this up so that you can see the texture. So this has that texture sand paste on it. It's got a really nice texture to it. Not sure if you can see that. On the original, it's smooth. It's super smooth, just like ceramic. Okay. So that texture sand can be used with paint to create texture to give it the look of wrought iron. So I'm going to move these to the side. And then let me show you, I found this other one. Where did the other one go? Oh, right here. So I went back to the Dollar Tree to find more, and this one was there. Now, this reminds me of Mackenzie Childs, right, with the checkered print. So you could do black and white and make it look just like Mackenzie Child if you wanted to, right? But what I did on this one was, again, this. And I base coated it. I'm only doing one today, but the wrought iron, but I am going to show you what products I used. So I base coated it with the Dazzling Metallics, the DecoArt Dazzling Metallics, rose gold. Let it completely dry. And then once it was dry, I used asphaltum, and this was 4 parts to 1. So 4 parts water to 1 part asphaltum. And I am going to ask DecoArt if they'll put these formulas up on their website. I have an email started. So anyway, but then I did a wash of asphaltum over that to bring down the shine of that metallic, although you can see it here and there, and I love it. All right. And then once that was completely dry, I came in with a little bit of texture sand paste and, is that it? Bahama Blue. Okay. So 4 parts of Bahama Blue, 1 part texture sand. All right. 4 parts, 1 part. And mix it together, take a brush, and just kind of dry brush it on. Now, once you get done doing these, I did not do the back, but once you get done doing these, I would seal it with, again, some varnish, preferably this one. I wouldn't use a gloss unless you just love gloss. It will take away that look of a patina. So this one is actually patina. All right. Now let me show you copper patina. And I only have one of these because I started this and I don't even know what I was doing with it. But I found it in my studio. It was a foam pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. I originally base coated it with black. And then I base coated it because I wanted to do something different. I base coated it with the Dazzling Metallics Copper. Y'all, these metallics are amazing. And they are one of the best sellers of DecoArt products, okay, of their metallics especially. So then I painted the whole thing with copper, let it completely dry. And then I did 4 parts. So 4 parts water, 1 part asphaltum. And I washed that over the copper. Let that completely dry. And then the recipe that Tracy had come up with is Sea Aqua. Sea Aqua has been discontinued. So what I did was I mixed a little bit of, this is a new color, Paradise Green, and Sea Breeze, which is one of my favorite colors.
So just to get a little bit of that greeny patina look. All right. And then you just kind of let it drip down. You could dry brush it on, but I just did half so I could show you that texture. See that texture on there? So anyway, so that's the pumpkin. Okay, let's move that to the side. Actually, I'm just going to throw it across the room. And let's get busy with our bell. So we have our ugly bell. And I cut everything off. And then I base coated it. I shared this with you guys last week with some chalky gesso. Good question, Robin. I'm getting there. Excuse me. Now, I did this one with the rose gold. The metallics have a built-in sealer and they go on just about everything. And the adhesion with the metallic is a little slick. So let it dry and you can always do a second coat if you need to. All right. With the metallic, you can sponge it on or you can use a brush. With this one, I base coated it with the chalky gesso. But let me tell you, you can use the DecoArt Lamp Black Americana. If you're worried that it's not going to adhere, take a little bit of sandpaper and scuff it up a little bit, and it will give it some tooth. You can also use, this is not black because I'm out of the black. You can use the multi-surface black, okay, to base coat because that adheres to just about everything. But again, if you use this, you want to make sure you seal it really well or it could chip, okay? But I base coated mine with the chalky gesso. So let's get our palette. I'm going to move that one out of the way. And, you know, it's kind of tricky. I would base coat this entire inside with black just to make it look, you know, if it's hanging to the side so that you don't get that gold, we want it to look like wrought iron. So even if you base coated it with just black, it would be better than leaving it with gold, right? So I'm going to take some asphaltum, shocker. So we're going to put some asphaltum here on our palette. That's way too much. You don't need a lot. And then also some burnt sienna. But I also wanted to put a little bit of red spice on it. It was a little bit lighter, so I'm going to dry brush both of those on and show you how that just transforms it. But, you know, put a coat of black on. You might see some spaces where you've got a little bit of that gold showing through. You can just put some black right up in there. Okay. And then what else did I need for this one? I think that's it. Oh, no. This one is aged wrought iron. But what I added to it was I added a little bit. Can you see the blue on there? I added a little bit of Bahama blue because I wanted that aged look. So I'm going to put a little bit of that out. And then let's go to, I don't know, like a 3/4 flat. Get it wet. And I'm going to come over here and again, 4 parts to 1. So I'm just going to make this super inky. Okay, super inky. And on this one, if you've got a little bit more than 4 parts to 1, that's fine. But what you want to do and what's key is to not cover all of the black. Hello, my brother from Norway. So y'all know my brother-in-love that I went and visited in Istanbul is off to Norway for a little adventure. So they all keep asking David if you'll be their tour guide when they come over to Turkey. So, and I can't wait to come back. So with that asphaltum, I'm just going to tap it across a paper towel to get that excess off. And I want to kind of pull it on. But again, leave some of that black showing. Okay. So you could take this thing off if it aggravates you. It does have a, so see how you can undo that? And I have to tell you, while I was painting these, something that popped in my mind is this looks exactly like the same size of the top of an ornament. So you could take that and age it as well and just have one that has a little loop instead of this. I think an ornament topper would fit on that perfectly. And if I had had an ornament, like a traditional ornament, I would have grabbed it and looked, but I do not. Well, I don't have one that's not buried. Let's say that. Okay, so we're just going to put that asphaltum on. Again, I'm going to load it up, tap it across my paper towel just to get rid of that excess. And I'm just going to paint that surface and let it hit here and there, but not everywhere. You want to see some of that black. Okay, even on the handle. And notice how I'm going with the shape. You could do some crisscross little motion, but we want it to look like wrought iron, and I don't want to see a bunch of brush strokes in it. So we're just going to do, oops, I have to hook that back on. I should just take it off so that it's not in the way, but we won't. I'll show you. So then I just held it and did that. Okay. Now, this is plastic. We don't want it to, we don't want it to melt, but I am going to show you. I did use my heat tool and see where I scratched it with my fingernail. So I am going to take a little bit of that and put some of that black back on there. Okay. So, a heat tool, get a little bit more. There we go. And if you use it, you just want to move it around. Move it around so that you get that nice dried paint, but we don't want to melt our plastic bell here, right? Do not want to melt it. And the fix is, like if you get too much brown, too much of the asphaltum and you want to see more of the black, just backtrack. Just go back and put a little bit of black in. Go back and put a little bit of, more asphaltum if you need to. Okay, let's get that dry. And I will look at questions. Hi, Tara. My grandson and I were painting Tracy's stars and hearts. Are those not the most adorable things ever? So fun. Oh, wonderful, Dee. The gesso can add a texture. So you can mix, let me just say, you can mix texture sand paste with paint to create additional colors. The thing is, this does have a little bit of a white base to it, even though it's colorless. It will lighten the color. The other thing you can do, you can just throw some sand in it. But you can mix it with this. You can mix it with paint. You can mix it, that texture sand to get the texture. I did not on here because I want to show you. Let's see if I can get that up to the camera. This bell already had texture to it, and so does this one. See the texture that it's on there? I went with the texture that already was on the ornament instead of adding more. Okay. So, oh, that broke. So I guess that's going to come off anyway. I will take that off later. Okay, so let's dry brush. And this came up on the last live about dry brushing and, having a difficult time dry brushing. I'm going to get another 3/4 flat. It's dry. And I'm going to pick up some burnt sienna, okay? And just load up that brush. And then on a dry paper towel, which is key, make sure that you, let's zoom in just a little if we can without messing something up. I'll hold it up. So I loaded that with burnt sienna, both sides. Swipe it across your paper towel. And then you're just going to dry brush that on. Just that right there already transforms that bell, right? So along the edge, you can just kind of, I really just want to rip that off. Wipe most of it off. It's easier to build the layer of color than it is to have too much color. All right, so just dry brush that on. They also have plain bells that don't have the poinsettias at the Dollar Tree. So, but what I was saying in the very beginning about, I hope this inspires you to use paint to transform something. It does not have to be a bell. It can be a paper mache box. It can be like that horse. That's a ceramic tchotchke I got at the Dollar Tree years ago. Okay. And then let's come up here. And again, my brush is dry, so it's going to hit those raised bits more and give you a beautiful look to that bell. Right? And even right there almost looks like it could be bronze. You know, if I kept going and building just a little bit more of that, you could make it look like a bronze as well. So I'm going to wipe off that brush really well. I just saw Sandy Pyle's comment. So dry brushing is not your friend. The thing with dry brushing that you have to remember when we base coat, we like to load that brush up and base coat it and try and get it done with 1 or 2 swipes, right? When you're dry brushing, you really have to go slow and build up the layers. It just will look so much better. Let's see if I can clip that. It's really aggravating me. Nope, not gonna happen. Okay, so I loaded up the red spice. Now this is a new color. So this was, this was not in the original formula when they came out with it. But this is red spice, and it's such a pretty orangey color. If you don't have that, burnt orange would probably look pretty. And I'm just going to, again, dry brush. You saw what I did there. It's fixable. But that red spice adds just a little bit more of that red content to it. Notice how I'm not going from the top to the bottom all the way around. I'm skipping because I want this color to show up here and there, but not everywhere. Because, you know, aged wrought iron, it has aged differently as it's out in the weather and the elements. So, of course, you would do the background. I'm not going to do that. That's where I'll hold it with my finger. Okay, but I love that red content of that red spice more so than that burnt sienna. Okay, you could use a stencil brush. I did find with the stencil brush, if you use too much pressure, it will swipe away the paint. So, you know, nice brush. If you have 3/4 brushes that look like this that are really bad, it's going to be a really good brush to use for this technique. Okay. So once we have that on there, I will go to a smaller brush because I don't want as much. I'm going to go to like a number 12 flat, pick up some Bahama Blue. It's dry. Did not get it wet. Pick up some Bahama Blue, wipe almost all of it off. Again, I can come back to my paper towel right here and pick up some of that paint. The right brush helps dry brushing, right? The Mezzalunas are my favorite dry brushing brush. But for something like this, again, a flat brush will work better because it covers a little more real estate, and I'm not really scrubbing it on. I'm just lightly laying it on and letting it pick up where it does. Here and there, but not everywhere is key. Again, I don't want to go too many places. Just here and there, not everywhere. So this is Bahama Blue. I'm looking at my finished one, and I think, do I have that color here? You know, it would look really pretty. And let me see if I have it. I do. Some Laguna. It's a little bit richer and deeper. So let me put that next to the Bahama Blue so you can see. Okay. So almost, it's lighter than Desert Turquoise, and I would say lighter than even Peacock what is that one? Peacock Teal. But I think that's going to be super pretty. So I'm going to wipe that off, pick up a little bit of the Laguna, work it in. Again, dry paper towel. Wipe it off. And then let's, oh yeah. Pick up a little bit of that Laguna here and there, but not everywhere. And let me do something on purpose, because I always feel like some of the best lessons are how to fix something. So if I sit here and I just keep putting this on, it's going to look pretty, I think, because I love that color. But maybe that's not how much coverage I want. So I will go back and backtrack. And I'm just going to use this brush, pick up a little bit of that red spice. I can put a little bit of that on. Right? See how that tones that down as well? But then I can come back with my big brush that I had, that asphaltum on, and then swipe to get a lot of that off and put a little bit of a wash over that so that it tones it down. Okay? So, again, going from that tacky plastic gold bell, there's a lot there too, so let's tone some of that down. That asphaltum over those turquoise colors, Bahama Blue, and even that Laguna, oh, absolutely stunning. And if you wanted to add a little bling to it, you could use some of the metallic lusters and come in, or again, just take that Bahama Blue, will look metallic over those colors. Okay? So, again, from that to that. And how fun and easy. And I'm going to make several of these and put them on my mantle. But again, I am going to come in and paint this all black. And I might even dry brush some of the colors just around that area so that you can see them. But again, starting with regular paint or chalky gesso for your base coat, layering and dry brushing those colors on to transform your piece to make it look like wrought iron or metal or patina. Okay, you can do aged patina. Oh, I just love it. Love it, love it. Again, ceramic pieces, paper mache, foam. Gosh, for that matter, you could do ornaments. You know, you could take those matte ornaments and make them look like they weigh a ton, or wrought iron or patina or whatever, and paint something on them. So I'm going to grab my phone. Sorry, and then you're going to see my, well, I have to see how to flip it around. There we go. And see me, and let's flip that because I do like it to be, there we go. I like my hair to be parted on the right side. The correct side, I should say. So, thanks guys. Yes, again, I'm always blown away at what paint can do. And when you've got the right tools, I don't know, just makes it so much better. And of course, I love my DecoArt paint. So I hope you guys will give that a try. If you do, please share with me right here on the post. Again, like, comment, share, and you'll be entered into the drawing for the giveaways. Thank you so very much. I have not had an opportunity. I have like 800 plus happy birthday posts and comments, and that I've got to go and try and answer every single one of. But if you do it too fast, excuse me, Facebook thinks you're a robot. I could use a robot doing some work for me. But they think you're a robot and they will put you in timeout. So I don't need to be put in timeout. Anyway, if the bell wasn't already textured, would you add texture before? So that's a good question, Doris. You don't have to, but you could. If you want to make it look like it has some texture to it, by all means, some texture sand. If you don't have that, just take some sand and put it in your paint. It's okay. But this is awesome too, because this is made to adhere to things. But you could use sand in your paint to make it textured. All right. So let's look real quick. Your son loves steampunk.
I'm making him some ornaments. Very cool. Oh, Virginia. Yes, there's some really cool things that you could be doing with that. And modeling paste and a couple other things. So, oh, thank you, Sue. That's the sweetest thing. I'm so excited to have found you. I'm glad you found me too. Okay, guys, I am going to upload this to my YouTube channel, but it's recording and it will be here on my page. I will let you know when I'm going live, either next Sunday or the following. But for all my U.S. friends, I'm not sure when Thanksgiving is for for Canada. I know you guys have a Thanksgiving week or weekend like we do, and I hope you guys in the U.S. have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I'm very blessed and just so grateful and thankful that you guys come and watch the lives and share. And we've got 200 people on right now, guys. That's awesome. Super excited. So, yes, Claudia, she just said you can use baking soda. You can add baking soda to make a little texture too. What worries me about baking soda can be so reactive to chemicals and different things. I would almost rather just like throw in a splash of sand. And you can get sand at the Dollar Tree while you're there. So, all right, share any bells that you guys might do or anything else. Sandy will. The winter teacups, Joanne, yes, like I said in the beginning, I've been gone so much and so swamped that I have not had a chance to finish them, but I am hoping to have them done before the end of the year. I know winter goes in and past January, but I really would like to have them done this year. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Like, comment, share, and I will do the drawing for the giveaways on the next live. All right. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Get those brushes out. Get that paint out. For everybody that sent stars, thank you so, so much. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.